so I'm going to go over a few of my favorite mobility techniques for tight calves. First and foremost, the main thing you want to ask are, why are my calves tight? It could be different for every person. For me personally, I know that I have some hip and glute weakness, and then another muscle in that posterior chain, being my calves, has picked up the slack to compensate for my hips. Along with being a triathlete for many years, with all the running and biking, I kind of slacked, and I admit it, on my calf mobilization. I wasn't squatting back then, so I didn't realize how tight they were. Now that I've been doing CrossFit, getting into the bottom of the squat, I realize how much I'm limited due to my tight calves. So one of the first things that I do, you can do Buddha band. I just warm up the calf a little bit. I have probably 75% tension in the band wrapped around that calf. And then I go into just a few calf raises to warm up, and then try to get in and stretch the calf. Hold 20 seconds or so. You can also switch up and do it in a lunge position. Keeping knee straight, you get more gastroc. Bending the knee will get more soleus deeper. You have two muscles in the calf, so you have gastroc and soleus. Knee straight, more superficial, you're going to get the gastroc. Knee bent, you're going to get deeper into the soleus. So see which one is tighter for you. One of the biggest things for me, since I know my compensatory patterns being that my calves cheat for my glutes, you have a window of time after you release your calves to go in and activate those glutes to kind of reset your system. The motor control in your brain, you want to tell your brain, release the calf, fire up the glutes. So for me, I'll do a calf mobility exercise, and then immediately after that, I will go right into just a little bit of glute activation. Really focusing on toes, staying calm, don't let the toes curl. Feet relaxed, and focus on squeezing your glutes the entire time. Take a nice belly breath in, and then on that exhale, really squeeze the glutes and get them firing. One of the other mobility drills that I do, kind of a self-release, you can use lacrosse ball, get in on that calf, and you can kind of roll around trying to find spots that are nice and tight. Get on that spot that you find, and then start to move that ankle around. That can be an isolated release in some of those tight trigger points in the muscle there. So find that little spot that's tight, and then start moving that ankle around to isolate. Good. I'll still go in, take a few seconds, fire up that glute, just so my brain knows, don't use your calf, use your glutes. There. And then a third will be getting in here. Get this as low as you can. Get in a nice kneeling position. All you're doing is trying to rock forward, keeping that heel down. Don't let that knee cave in. Keep that knee over your, second, third, fourth toe, and bend forward. Really trying to feel that all through the back. You feel the Achilles all the way up into that calf. You'll feel a little bit deeper, because that gastroc again is on slack since the knee is bent. So the biggest takeaway from this too, other than these mobilization techniques, is you always want to ask why. Why are your calves tight? Why are your hamstrings tight? Why is your neck always tight? A lot of times you think those are all posterior chain muscles. I always say glutes are king, core is queen. If this isn't working, something else in the line is going to pick up the slack. So if you can figure out why certain things are tight, you have a better chance to fix it quickly by certain mobilization techniques, and then also firing up what is weak. So best way is to get assessed, find out what's weak, and then also what's tight. See if there's a relationship between the two, and then you compare them.